J-Drone here. This is the Xtreme Raptor. Brought it out of sleep, and we're going to be using it on the jumper, but it's not really about that. It's about the battery. The battery underneath this is an old battery. OBBEY is an old company. It's not even being produced anymore, the battery itself. And this battery was well under the charging limits. My B6 wouldn't even charge it. This is actually the company that OBBEY is operating under, no posi. So my B6 wouldn't charge it, so I threw it on one of these cheapo chargers that you can see at the bottom. And again, it is a 600 milliamp an hour. This drone generally takes much smaller than that, and I kind of just have it stuck on there with a little double-sided tape. This saved the battery. My B6 charger, it wouldn't charge. It said something disconnect or improper disconnect, and we stuck this on there and we let it charge. And then after it charged, I checked it on a B6 charger and it was good. It showed the proper voltage. This is the stock battery that's meant to go with this. It is a 380 and it's meant to just slide right in there. Again, we're utilizing this just for a test, just to see if it did save it. Voltage says it saved it. So again, don't throw away these cheapo chargers, because a cheapo charger like this could save a battery for you. Because my hobby grade charger just would not, it wouldn't charge it. It was like, nope, no way, this thing's done. And if I went by that, I probably would have threw it away and wasted a good battery. So what we're gonna do here, we're just gonna connect this terminal there. And ideally, what you actually want to do if you're gonna strap on a larger battery, you want to put it on top just for gravity's sake. We're gonna turn the jumper on. We're not really gonna go over protocol or anything. Turn it on and we will go through here. It is underneath, let's see what protocol it's underneath. It's underneath the CX10, I believe it is here, protocol. I have a video on it. It's the same protocol as the Mould King, and also the larger Mould King and the Super X Silver Mould King that was branded through Kmart in the United States, branded. All the same protocol. This is a really nice flyer, and again, it's not really about the drone, but I mean, how much can we talk about the battery? This is going to be an extended flight on the battery. That way we can see, again, what I'm saying is true. Hey, my B6 hobby grade charger would not charge the battery, but a cheapo charger, a non-smart charger, a non-digital charger has one intention: to charge batteries, and not to do it smartly either. It's just to drain juice into the battery, and a light will go off. It knows when it's done, and that's exactly what happened. On a smart charger like the B6, it knows, hey, this is well past, it's well below that 3.7 mark. It was actually, I believe, at 2.4 or something like that. And nope, we're not charging this. The cheapo battery is not that smart. It just knows, hey, I need to dump juice into it, and exactly what it did. With something like that, you definitely want to be near the battery. You definitely want to be able to have your eye on the battery, because you don't want lipo failure. There is a possibility that you might get lipo failure off of it. Maybe the battery is bad, and maybe you shouldn't be dumping juice into it. Keep your eye on it, and if you're not going to have your eye on it, make sure that the battery itself is sitting in a metal box or something while it's charging. That way, you don't compromise the surface that you're charging on. And we're just going to catch this right here. That's the tape that I used. It's a non-permanent tape. I do have permanent tape too that I generally use on my FPV flights outside to put the little AKK cameras that I really like using on top of them. Outside, it gets cold, it gets brittle, so I use a better tape. Inside, we're not using that grade of tape. I mean, if we hit something, which we're probably going to hit something the way that I'm flying now, it may come off, because again, it's less temporary, or it's more temporary and less permanent, excuse me. And on the more permanent stuff, bam, look, we just hit something. um, the more permanent stuff is just that. It's more permanent. It leaves a residual on the drones because it actually tacks really well to it. And it did. The battery came off, but we're able to stick it back on. And ideally, again, you want gravity to work in your favor. If I had this on the top of that and it crashed, it probably would not have came off. But I have it underneath the underside, and it's not on a flush surface. It's sitting on the camera, which is not completely flat. Again, we're just testing the battery. We want to make sure, hey, what J-Drone's saying is actually true here. You can save a battery with using one of these here. We're using a cheapo charger, because again, It's not smart. It has one job. It knows one job. It knows plug into the wall, plug the USB part into the connector on the wall. Red lights will light for a second and then go out. Plug a battery in it that needs voltage. Red light will light. When the voltage is up to par, red light will go off. That's all it knows. It can't tell you voltage. It can't do a discharge. It can't do a quick charge. It can't do what a hobby grade charger can do, but it can do one thing a hobby grade charger won't do is when the voltage is so low, it'll get that voltage in there. Again, this is essentially a Mould King, a Chinese branded drone, and as you can see on the back, we have blue light indicators, and then on the green is our front, and it's actually shining off of the legs pretty well here. So I don't know if the manufacturer meant to do that or if that was done by accident. So that's pretty neat. It's definitely good for orientation, especially if you were outside. You might be able to see that pretty well. Good flyer. I mean, this is flying a little bit more responsive than it normally would off of the stock controller because we are using the jumper, and the jumper is like steroids for any controller. That's the jumper TASG. If you're not familiar with it, type in on YouTube JDrone jumper TASG. I have tons of videos. As you can see, it's inverted controls because the blades, green blades, are facing towards me now. So if we want to go back, we actually have to press up on the right stick and then back to go forward. If that makes any type of sense, and we crashed because we really weren't paying attention to orientation as I was talking and I was trying to show you it. When your front is facing you, left will be right and right will be left. And I'm going to try to show you that again. Really bright LEDs underneath this. As you can see, my lights are on and they're shining pretty bright off of the ground here. This did come with a camera. The camera is unplugged because I have no reason to have the camera plugged in, because we're not using it. So we're saving on a little bit of energy. We're going to turn the light off here. Yes, night flight in the drone room. Yes! Which obviously you're not able to see really well. Those legs are lit though. I don't know if the manufacturer meant to do that or if that was by accident, but if they meant to do that, kudos, because this is a black drone and that's about the only thing that's lit here is the legs. So we're actually going to turn the light on here, because unlike a white drone or the original Mould King with the white body like a X5C or a Striker, it's black, so it's not glowing. If the body was like that whitish color, just like the drone on the left on the wall over there, it would glow and it would light up. And yes, hang 10. Our battery kind of came off again because, again, we don't have it in the proper position. It should be on the top. We should have it on top. That way gravity's not working against us. But guys, we're pushing 8 minutes here. I probably jabberjawed in the beginning for maybe about a half a minute to a minute. So we're pushing 7 minutes on a battery that the B6 hobby grade charger would not charge. That is epic. We're just going to go ahead and stick this on here. We're going to continue flying this. We're going to continue flying this until I get low LED lights. And even then, whatever the time is, low LED lights generally allot you another minute to 3 minute flight time, especially inside. You're probably going to get another 2.5 to 3 minutes because you're not dealing with wind. It's not an aggressive flight and it's in a controlled environment. It's really relaxed flight, especially in an enclosed room like this where we're really not buzzing around. So right now we're getting close to the 9 minute mark. So what JDrone said and what I explained to you in the beginning and throughout this, do not get rid of your batteries if they won't charge off a B6. Go get you a dumb charger. Go get you the stock charger and try to charge them off of that. And again, I'm showing you inverted flight here. Your left will make it move right and your right will make it move left. That's how you have to operate a drone when the front is facing towards you and the back is away from you, as opposed to normal flight here. And again, your front will be different steering and your back will be different steering. Your left will be right, your right will be left. Got that? Got that. Good. But yeah, so hey, JDrone trick of the day. We always have the deal of the day. How about the trick of the day? That's what we got going on here. Don't chuck those batteries, and this will work for bigger batteries. I've done this without Senma's batteries that the manufacturer actually had stuck in the drone that were completely drained, like to point of no return. The B6 isn't even reading it. It won't do nothing. And I throw it on the stock charger, and it would take like a day and a half to charge the batteries. But the stock dummy charger would dump the juice in there. It would dump the juice in there. It would balance charge each cell, and bam, I'll send my battery back from the dead. Again, use your B6s. I use my B6 on everything. That's my go-to charger. If a battery was poorly maintained, like this battery was, and we were just going down there, probably losing voltage a little bit. We're at like 10-minute mark. If your battery is poorly maintained, go back to the stock charger. The stock chargers are dumb. They know one job: dump juice into the battery, and it's worked here. We're dude, 10.5 minutes. 10.5 minutes, come on now. On a toy grade, that's epic. Granted, this is a larger milliamp an hour than this drone's supposed to have. It's supposed to have a 380, which I showed you in the beginning. But, dude, 600 milliamp an hour, extra weight, on a quote-unquote B6 quote-unquote dead battery. We've revitalized it. It's live! It's live! We got blinky lights here, so we're almost at the 11-minute mark. This is the Xtreme Raptor. The charger definitely saved the battery, guys, and this was a long extended flight. Xtreme Raptor, yes, and essentially it's a Mould King. So if you can get one of these, they're definitely good drones. There's a jumper that we use, there's a tape that we used, and Bamzo, dummy charger. Don't get rid of them. I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. There's a look at the ports right there. Super simple to use, plug and play. Again, don't throw those away. This is the Xtreme Raptor, US branded Mould King. And if you need any help with anything, down in the comments, Xtreme Raptor, yes! Later, guys.